Let's make some delicious Mexican tamales. For this recipe we're going to use 10 pounds of masa. Half will be used for the pork tamales and half will be used for the chicken tamales. This will make about 80 tamales in total. First we'll cook about 2 pounds of pork meat in enough water with 1 tablespoon of salt and 1/4 of an onion. We're also going to cook 1½ chicken breasts in enough water with half a tablespoon of salt and 1/4 of an onion. While we let the meat cook, let's soak 10 chitas guajillos and 5 chitas adwal in 2 cups of hot water. For the green tamales, we're going to boil 14 of these little green tomatoes and 10 chiles serranos. We're also going to boil the peel of 10 of these little green tomatoes in 1 cup of water. This will be used in the masa later on. The chicken has finished cooking. Let's remove it from the heat so it cools down and we could shred it in a bit. The pork still needs more time to cook. Let's move on to the sauce for the green tamales. In a molcajete, let's mash 6 cloves, 5 allspice berries, and 4 garlic cloves with a little bit of water. If you don't have a molcajete, you can go ahead and throw all these ingredients at once into the blender. We blend these ingredients together with the chiles serranos and little green tomatoes. While we fry 1/4 of an onion with a little bit of oil, let's go ahead and shred the chicken. Either with clean hands or handheld mixer, whatever floats your boat. And now our skillet is nice and hot and ready to fry the green sauce. Let's add a little bit of water and half a tablespoon of salt. Once the green sauce comes to a boil, we can go ahead and add the chicken. Mix until everything is well combined. This is the consistency we're looking for. We don't want it to be too liquidy. Let's go ahead and give it a taste to see if it needs more salt. That's perfect. Let's keep in mind that the masa already contains enough salt and salty lard. The pork meat is finished cooking. Let's remove it from the heat so that it cools down and we can shred it as well. Meanwhile, let's continue with the sauce for the red tamales. Let's blend together all the red chilies, 10 cloves, 8 allspice berries, 4 garlic cloves, and 1 cup of water. While we fry 1/4 of an onion with a little bit of oil, let's go ahead and shred the pork. Let's remove some of this fat and anything else we might not want. Now that our skillet is hot and the onion has a bit of color, let's go ahead and pour the red sauce through a strainer. Let's gradually add some of our pork broth. Let's also add half a tablespoon of salt and let the red sauce come to a boil. Once it boils, we can add our shredded pork meat and taste it for salt. Again, we're looking for this consistency. Let's give it a taste for salt. It's good to go. We can now prepare a pot with water to steam a tamales. I add about 3 cups of water. My pot came with this cheese grater to put at the bottom. You can also use forks and spoons to help elevate the tamales. We can now rinse the corn husks and leave them to soak. I like to soak half of the packet first so that they don't dry up on me while I wrap the tamales. Let's separate and rinse them really well. And we can now continue with the masa. I bought this masa prepared and ready to use. It already contains lard. However, I like to add a few ingredients. Let's add a pinch of baking powder and about half a cup of our green tomato broth. We'll mix it really well and with lots of love. We'll gradually add some of our chicken broth and continue mixing. This process takes time, so be patient, my child. It's a good arm workout. This is the consistency we're looking for, so they're not dry when they finish cooking. And now we're ready to wrap up the tamales. Finally, we'll add 2 tablespoons of the masa onto the corn husk, spread it out, and add the meat. We'll fold one side of the leaf and then the other. We'll fold them here so they can stand. And we'll continue with the green ones. Once we're all done wrapping the tamales, we can now begin to steam them. We're going to put both red and green ones. The first ones can go upright, and we can lay the rest on top when necessary. We'll cover them with a few of the corn husks to conserve the aroma and steam. We'll further cover them with aluminum foil and a lid. We'll let them cook for about 1 hour and 10 minutes. We'll check on them at least once or twice to see if they need more water and to make sure they're not burning. Make sure the water is warm if you need to add more. These needed about 30 minutes more to finish cooking. Make sure to cover them tightly again. And voila, they're perfectly cooked and ready to be devoured. Bon appétit!